This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 25th day of June in the year 2026. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. Andrew Holness, arrived in Guyana this morning on an official visit. The Office of the President in a social media post announced the arrival of Dr. Holness. The Jamaican Prime Minister's two-day visit provides an important opportunity to further strengthen the long-standing partnership between Jamaica and Guyana and advance cooperation on matters of mutual interest, the statement said. The Office of the President also said President Irfan Ali and his cabinet held bilateral discussions with Prime Minister Holness and his delegation. The discussions spanned a number of sectors, from energy to security, education, agriculture, and housing. The engagement also focused on the further strengthening of the long-standing partnership between Guyana and Jamaica and advancing cooperation on matters of mutual interest, including but not limited to education, energy security, government efficiency, and housing. On his arrival at the Cheney Jagan International Airport this morning, Prime Minister Holness was welcomed by Prime Minister Mark Phillips and the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, who is performing the duties of the Foreign Minister. Shortly after his arrival, Prime Minister Holness, on a social media post, said he was honored to be in Guyana. He said he had the pleasure of inspecting the officers of the Guyana Defense Force upon his arrival, and he's looking forward to a very successful visit to Guyana. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Dead the horse with Bowser.
This is your time.
Yeah, but we didn't get all we needed last Christmas, and now we can.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Let's renovate our home and purchase appliances.
And plan a trip with the kids.
Or buy a new car.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza. Same day approvals. Apply in person or safely online. Plus a chance to win lots of prizes. This is your time to get what you need. Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
It's game on. And you may not be able to predict the scoreline or who will win each game. And you sure can't predict who will be the champion. But what is predictable is that Quartz has what you need to watch the games the way you want to every time. It's game on. Quartz, bringing value home.
In just the first 3 months of 2026, Guyana earned over $761 million from oil and gas. That's $155 million more than the same period in 2025, an increase of nearly 26% in just 1 year. It means more access to resources for our children, families, and communities right across Guyana. More jobs being created across different sectors of the economy. More training for young people to be equipped with the skills to build their future. And more opportunities for small businesses to grow, compete, and succeed. Since oil production started offshore, oil and gas companies have been investing in the long-term development of Guyana. Stay informed. Visit oilnow.gy for the latest updates, because the more you know, the better prepared you are for what's ahead.
Team Extra presents Slow Jams and Ja Vinci, Saturday 11th, July 2026 at the National Park. Presents Slow Jams and Ja Vinci, Saturday 11th, July 2026 at the National Park. Early bird tickets, $3,000 until Saturday 4th, July 2026.
In the morning, like my mother said, you're gonna live your life.
Minister of Public Utilities Deodat Indar has indicated that the Guyana Power and Light Company has almost concluded negotiations with Car Powership on their continued presence in Guyana to support the national electricity grid with power. Questioned about the particulars of the new agreement, the minister said the negotiations are 99% complete. He would offer no details on the proposed new agreement. The previous 2-year agreement for the rental of the 2 power ships expired earlier this month. The Turkish-owned company demanded an increase in its charges and standardized rates, warning that it would disconnect the power if the government did not meet its demand. The Public Utilities Minister told reporters today that the Guyana Power and Light Company is expected to issue a full statement on the new agreement soon.
GPL to put out a statement.
Did you agree to any?
We have fought tooth and nail on the negotiation, but allow GPL to put out their statement at the appropriate time, right?
However, when pressed for details of the agreement, Minister Indar said the 2 sides were in the final stages of that agreement.
Yes, so they're in the final stages of it, and allow them to put out the statement.
Has been concluded or it's not?
Not 99%.
99%.
Yeah, 99%.
Has government heeded to their demand for $3.4 million more in fees?
Let GPL put out a statement.
I'm so reluctant, sir.
Let GPL had to do the work, ma'am.
But you're the minister, and GPL, if I call them today, they will refer me to you. So since you're here, sir,
GPL.
it would be great to clarify.
GPL and the company was doing the negotiation.
And government excluded itself?
No, government didn't exclude it. They were doing the negotiations. Allow them to issue the statement, please. One day.
The 2 power supply vessels were rented from Car Powership at a combined cost of about $235,000 per day. In a statement earlier this month on the issue, Minister Indar assured that the government was working in the best interest of the people of Guyana to get the best possible commercial rate for the renewal of the contract. At that time, he promised to be transparent with the negotiations and the outcome of the talks between the Guyana Power and Light Company and the Car Powership Company. 2 years ago, the government, through GPL, signed a multi-million-dollar contract for the rental of the power ships for 2 years to meet the growing electricity demand in the country. Public Works Minister Juan Edghill today warned truck operators that their trucks will be impounded if they continue to go over the approved 15-ton per axle load limits, explaining that a number of overladen heavy-duty trucks are traversing the country's roadways, causing significant damage. Minister Edghill issued the warning during a meeting with contractors currently executing projects in Region 4. His ministry today said the meeting raised issues about damage occurring to infrastructure, especially by those heavy-duty trucks that are engaged in various projects. He said he will start impounding all those trucks which are above the authorized weight limit. He emphasized that rigid enforcement measures will be implemented to curb the negligent attitude of some truck drivers. The minister also underscored that enforcement, which ought to be the last resort, is now emerging as the only effective alternative for some contractors. He said scales will be placed at more locations across the country, with the town of Lethem set to receive its first set of scales within a month. He said this is to ensure the structural integrity of the bridges that have been built along the major road arteries. The minister also announced that similar initiatives will be rolled out in Region 3 for operations that occur on the west bank of the Demerara, especially at Wales. The search for a missing Cuban woman ended on Wednesday with the discovery of her partly decomposed body in a clump of bushes along the east coast of the Demerara. A police constable who reportedly shared a relationship with the woman was arrested for the murder. He has since admitted to the crime and has explained to investigators that he shot the woman to the head. The dead woman has been identified as Dalian Gomez. She was reported missing last Thursday after leaving home for work but never arriving at her place of employment. In a statement, the police said that she was last seen alive in the early morning hours of Thursday, the 18th of June, while on her way to work. The body was discovered last evening as police investigators widened their search across the east coast of the Demerara. The statement from the police confirmed that the police constable was arrested and will remain in custody as charges are to be laid against him.
One venue, 4 days, endless attractions. The International Building Expo 2026 is the place to be. Join us from June 25th to 28th at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence, East Bank, Demerara for 4 exciting days of innovation, entertainment, and fun for everyone. Be there for the grand opening ceremony on Thursday, June 25th at 5:30 p.m. with free admission until 8 p.m. Admission is just $500 for adults, and children under 12 enter free. Then from Friday, June 26th to Sunday, June 28th, the expo comes alive daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Bring the whole family and discover the latest in building technologies, home products, and modern living. Explore the impressive equipment zone, shop for innovative home solutions, and let the little ones enjoy the exciting game zone. Don't miss the conference seminars where experts from various organizations will share valuable information, practical tips, and the latest trends across a range of industries. And the fun continues with live entertainment from Friday to Sunday from 9:30 p.m. International Building Expo 2026, Guyana at 60, building strong foundations for a sustainable future.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Starbrook Market.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration, change, correction to your particulars, or you can object to the inclusion of anyone whom you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GCOM registration offices will open Monday to Friday from 8 to 18 hours, Saturday, Sunday and holidays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make
Deck the halls with Bowser.
This is your time. Yeah, but we didn't get all we needed last Christmas, and now we can.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Let's renovate our home and purchase appliances.
And plan a trip with the kids.
Or buy a new car.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza. Same day approvals. Apply in person or safely online. Plus a chance to win lots of prizes. This is your time to get what you need. Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
The local government minister Priya Manak Chan today announced that approval has been granted to increase the stipends of various local government representatives and that the payments will be made in the coming days. The move was first announced in this year's national budget. During a video recording, Ms. Manak Chan said the stipends for regional councillors and the RDCs will increase from $30,000 to $50,000. Councillors of the neighborhood democratic councils are now expected to get a $30,000 stipend, reflecting an increase from the $3,000 stipend they were receiving. The NDC chairperson's stipend will increase from $10,000 to $50,000, while the vice chair's stipend will increase from $5,000 to $40,000. She said the increase is to ensure that the local bodies function better.
More, our councillors, chairpersons, vice chairpersons will have more to give you, I hope. And so when much is given, much is expected. And I believe that we can work together to make our local bodies function better.
The increase in the stipend follows the increase in the subvention for the local organs. Municipalities now receive $50 million annually, while each NDC receives about $30 million. Previously, NDCs received about $5 million annually, and the municipalities received about $18 million annually. 450 persons who are living with disabilities, particularly those who are blind and visually impaired, will soon be taught independent living skills. And the Guyana Council of Organization for Persons with Disabilities is partnering with ExxonMobil Guyana to launch Phase 5 of the Independent Living Skills Program. Phase 5 targets persons with disabilities, including those who are blind and visually impaired, living in regions 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. Through the program, they will be taught how to use the white cane. Additionally, they will be provided with rehabilitation counseling, assistive technology training, job preparedness training, and small business management training. Various assistance and mobility aids will also be distributed to the beneficiaries through the program. At the launch at Exxon's Ogle headquarters today, GCOPD Program Manager Ganesh Singh said the participants will receive much needed training and guidance.
A young person growing up with a disability, not being aware of what the opportunities are out there for them, they probably leaving a special education needs school. They don't know what career paths they can travel. Through this program, they can benefit from guidance counseling, career guidance. They can also benefit from the actual training. We have seen.
He said the program dates back to 2022 and builds on an orientation on mobility program that was launched with support from Exxon. That program, he explained, helped persons who are blind and visually impaired acquire skills to improve their mobility and independence. Years since the program has evolved, Singh said the benefits are tremendous.
Since 2022, with support from ExxonMobil Guyana Limited, we started an orientation and mobility program to equip persons who are blind and visually impaired with independent living skills to facilitate them living independent lives. This includes assistive technology training, that is teaching them how to use a smartphone with text-to-speech features, using a laptop with screen reader softwares, using the white cane, navigating their homes or the built environment, completing simple chores, and even when it comes to grooming and personal hygiene.
The program manager also said individuals who have benefited from the program later participated in the organization's remedial education program and CSEC programs. He said to date more than 1,500 persons have been directly impacted by the program, with a number of them getting employment or having their own businesses. ExxonMobil Guyana Socioeconomic Manager Samantha Carlson said the oil giant is pleased to join with the organization to launch Phase 5 of the Independent Living Skills Program.
At ExxonMobil Guyana, we firmly believe that development must be inclusive, that every individual, regardless of ability, should have access to opportunities that enable them to thrive, contribute meaningfully, and live independently. And today's event is a powerful reflection of that commitment in action.
Carlson said for the last 4 years, Exxon's partnership has centered on the Orientation and Mobility Program, and Exxon is proud of the progress made and the lives changed for the better. The fifth phase of the Independent Living Skills Program will build on the progress made, she noted.
The transition to the broader Independent Living Skills Program reflects a deeper understanding of the diverse needs within the disability community. It's a forward-looking step that it aims to equip all persons with disabilities with the practical skills needed for daily living, employment, and entrepreneurship, which is needed across Guyana. This initiative goes beyond training. It's about building confidence, fostering independence, and unlocking potential.
The Exxon official said through access to assistive technologies, mobility training, job readiness support, small business development, and rehabilitation counseling, participants will be empowered to not only navigate the environment more effectively, but to also actively contribute to their communities and national development. The government of Guyana has been ordered to pay the outstanding subvention to the International Decade for People of African Descent of Guyana for the year 2022. The ruling was handed down by Acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Justice Roxanne George, who has been overlooking the matter since her previous position as Acting Chief Justice. In a statement, Ipalaji said the court ruled that the government acted improperly in abruptly terminating funding to the organization and has ordered it be paid subventions due for the remaining months of 2022. In delivering her decision, the acting chancellor acknowledged a considerable delay in the issuance of the judgment and offered an apology to the parties involved. According to Ipalaji, the ruling brings closure to a matter that has been of significant concern. The organization had told the court that the outstanding monies were for payments to its service providers. The organization said it remains steadfast in its mission to advance the objectives of the UN International Decade for People of African Descent and to promote the social, cultural, economic, and developmental interests of people of African descent in Guyana. Despite significant challenges, Ipalaji said it remains committed to constructive engagement in the national interest. It said it looks forward to the government honoring and expeditiously implementing the court's ruling, thereby enabling the organization to fulfill its outstanding commitments and bring relief to the individuals and communities that have borne significant hardship as a consequence of the discontinuation of the subvention. Ipalaji also hailed its legal team and other supporters who offered their support during the court case. Emergency response teams have been working underground across the Essequibo coast following yesterday's heavy winds and rainfall, which left more than 100 homes and government buildings badly damaged. Overnight tarpaulins were installed on the roofs of the Riverston Primary School and the Richmond Nursery School, while repairs have been completed on the roof of the Guyana Fire Service Living Quarters at Anna Regina. Additionally, affected homes have received tarpaulins to serve as temporary roof covers. President Irfan Ali, along with a team of government and state officials, visited the affected areas yesterday to assess the damages and pledge support.
Then we have men on mission, and we have the Army, right? The Army Engineering Corps. They are going to make an assessment with you tonight, right? As to what is needed in these houses. And we will give you the zinc to replace on the roof, right? We'll work with you to get you that zinc by tomorrow morning.
Teams continued working throughout the night and have so far engaged more than 70 affected households with assessments along the coast involving affected families ongoing. Additionally, repairs have been completed on the Flora Nursery School's roof and the Department of Education building in Anna Regina, while temporary covers have been placed on some of the other affected buildings with damage assessments completed on others.
We have had a full assessment of what is happening in the region here. All of the residents have described this as the highest wind they've ever seen. It's nothing close to hurricane winds, I think, but they describe it as like hurricane. It felt like a hurricane. The damage on the surface seems, not elaborate, but when you go into the communities, we have more than 120 roofs that are already reported in the system. We've had between extensive to moderate damage. We have a lot of schools. We have a list of public infrastructure that had damages. The stadium, a section of one of the stand that was in the full direction of the wind. The others are intact. The police station, the fire station have some damage against the wall.
One teacher from the Riverston Primary School is currently receiving treatment at the Lima Hospital after she was injured following the collapse of a wall at the school. No other major injuries have been reported. 7 teams have been deployed from Charity to Riverston and Lima Sands to conduct damage assessments and ensure that affected families receive the support they need, as the President promised that no effort will be spared to ensure that persons receive the help they need following the incident.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Tuesday, July 14, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GCOM on 2250-278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
One venue, 4 days, endless attractions. The International Building Expo 2026 is the place to be. Join us from June 25th to 28th at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence, East Bank, Demerara for 4 exciting days of innovation, entertainment, and fun for everyone. Be there for the grand opening ceremony on Thursday, June 25th at 5:30 p.m. with free admission until 8 p.m. Admission is just $500 for adults, and children under 12 enter free. Then from Friday, June 26th to Sunday, June 28th, the expo comes alive daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Bring the whole family and discover the latest in building technologies, home products, and modern living. Explore the impressive equipment zone, shop for innovative home solutions, and let the little ones enjoy the exciting game zone. Don't miss the conference seminars where experts from various organizations will share valuable information, practical tips, and the latest trends across a range of industries. And And the fun continues with live entertainment from Friday to Sunday from 9:30 p.m. International Building Expo 2026, Guyana at 60, building strong foundations for a sustainable future.
Welcome to Churches New Amsterdam.
20 years of churches, chickens, you and us, and there is nothing missing. So many friends and strangers pass through our doors, and they always come back for more. Guyana, the love keeps growing, and we thankful for the support you are showing. We had so many locations and much more to come. It's gratitude and celebration. Can you feel the love? 20 years of churches, chickens, you and us, and there is nothing missing. So many friends and strangers pass through our doors, and they always come back for more. Feel the love.
Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's the drink that's hype. Citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruitopia the best. Punch any thirst when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's the drink that's hype. It's citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyana is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyana's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyana has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future.
Feel spice power in every sip.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall. In the region, at least 164 people have been killed and nearly 1,000 injured after two powerful earthquakes rocked Venezuela within seconds of each other on Wednesday, Interim President Delcy Rodriguez has said. The second quake was one of the strongest tremors to hit the South American country in a century, at a magnitude of 7.5. Buildings collapsed and residents ran into the streets for safety as tremors from the twin quakes struck the capital, Caracas, with rescuers racing to find survivors who may be trapped beneath rubble. Multiple states have been affected. Rodriguez said La Guaira, a region north of the capital, had been hit the hardest. A state of emergency has been declared while airport, rail, and transport services have been halted. A recent United Kingdom Home Office report estimating that 186 gangs with approximately 1,750 members are operating in Trinidad and Tobago has ignited discussion about the country's crime situation. However, experts are saying the document should be viewed within its intended context. The June 2026 report, titled Country Policy and Information Note, Gangs and Organized Crime in Trinidad and Tobago, stated that gangs were linked to 43.7% of murders in 2024 and about one-third of murders in 2025. It also identified major gang groupings, including Muslim and Rasta City, as key players in criminal activity, while highlighting the growth of gangs and independent criminal networks. However, criminologist Dr. Randy C. Prasad said Wednesday that the report was not intended to serve as an indictment of TNT or as a travel advisory. He said the document was prepared primarily to guide UK immigration officials in assessing asylum claims from TNT nationals who cite gang violence as the basis for seeking protection abroad. And finally tonight, international news. The price of oil has fallen to levels not seen since before the Iran war, as traffic through the key Strait of Hormuz shipping route gradually resumes. Global benchmark Brent crude briefly fell below $72.48 a barrel. The price was at the day before the US and Israel launched attacks on Iran on February 28, before edging up to $73.23. Energy prices have been on a wild ride since Iran responded to the strikes by effectively closing the strait, a critical waterway for oil and gas shipments. The cost of crude has been moving sharply lower since the US and Iran signed the Memorandum of Understanding on June 17, which set out a 60-day period for negotiations on Tehran's nuclear program and other measures to end the war. Representatives from the two sides met in Switzerland last weekend for talks to end the war, which resulted in the US partially lifting sanctions on Iranian oil exports. The number of vessels crossing the Strait of Hormuz has risen significantly since the MOU was signed. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.